Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another new day on the daily random vlog. Random Andrew here. It's kind of a wet one out there today. Just waiting to hear back from Matt. Matt's been in the videos lately. Little something more further, bit more deeper and methodical to explain concerning kind of a collaboration between him and I. We'll get to that eventually. We'll get to that. But waiting to hear back from him. We may be going on a journey to some shops that he hasn't had the chance to visit yet. I do want to get back down to South Coast Hobbies. I'm already having South Coast withdrawals. That shop is just, it's got everything there. And we will be making another trip there soon. Don't you guys worry. Don't worry. But for now, I got to at least track down a motor for Clifford. And I know that Amazing Hobbies usually stocks them. And they're one of the cheaper places to get them. So if we're heading to London shops, I might as well take advantage of that, right? Right. Plus there's some other things that Matt would probably enjoy getting a chance to check out. So why not, right? For now, though, I kind of want to show you guys something real quick. And this is like a size comparison. Have a look at this. Here we have two of my current favorite trucks. Megas is not a truck. Megas is a speed demon. These are both 10 scale trucks. You've got the Axial Deadbolt SCX10 and then Clifford, the Savage Beast, the Traxxas Summit, also 1/10 scale. Now, if you guys are already into the hobbies, you already know what the difference is, what makes Clifford so much bigger. But if you aren't, let me explain that to you right now, okay? This would be about the size of, say, I'm going to say like a Ford Bronco, a mid-80s or early 80s, possibly even late 80s. No, because that was a Bronco too. Just a regular Ford Bronco from the 80s. So if you picture one of those California Baja beach cruisers that are all done up open top, something like one of those. So still a fairly decent sized truck. But Clifford is a monster. Literally. Traxxas Summit is a monster truck. So it's 1/10 scale monster truck. Normal size truck, monster truck. So there you go. I'll get you a little bit more right from a dead-on shot comparison too. Without getting my big head, the shadow of my big head in the way. So you can see quite the difference. I've actually had a problem. I took Clifford out for the run last night. Everything's disconnected? Yes. So you can see in a little bit better. I've either got horribly bad bearings, like that bit, it's acting like there's not even a bearing in there. Or the bearing carrier itself might be done. Like that's a lot of play. So I'm gonna rip that apart probably this afternoon and have a look. I want it to be good to go. I want Clifford ready to go as soon as I put that new 775 motor in there. This is just lacking. It's not getting enough voltage to fully use the power of that motor. So we'll go back to the 775 motor until I can get one of those 14 4-volt DeWalt drill motors, a good one. Well, one of my biggest pet peeves, and there's nothing you can do about it, completely out of your control, or well, completely out of my control, is when plans fall through and things don't happen like they should have for the day. But you know what? No big deal, because tomorrow's another day. I've already set up another ride with somebody else who I think needs to go. Usually he needs to go. Matt ended up having to take care of family stuff today. No big deal. It's understandable. Totally. But Hef isn't doing much tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So I put out a shout out to him and asked, you up to going up to a hobby shop tomorrow? I really want to hit one of those shops because it's close. Less fuel to get there and back in less time. And it's only for a simple 775 motor. Good news too, we have to go to Simcoe sooner or later. Sam found the other two parts for me, so right on. Plus, thank you, Sam. So we'll be going doing that return trip to Simcoe, but as for now, I really wanted to get up there and get that motor today, and maybe even a light bar, but I thought of something else. I bought this flashlight from the dollar store, Dollarama, years ago. Never really used it. I bought it as a camp light, and I got a mag light instead. And once you have a mag light, little dollar store lights don't matter. But this has a panel of lights on the top and a panel of lights in the front. And I'm thinking I might just try and make my own light bar tonight. I know I don't have that good of luck with lighting issues, but let's take a trip there and see what we can find. No, I won't be recording the trip because it's rain. This is a fancy camera, and I just don't want those two things to mix. So as soon as I get back, which will be like shortly for you guys, we'll go through and see what I found. Back from the dollar store, let's check out what I got. Alright, they didn't have the light that I usually, or that I was aiming to find. It had probably about 24 LEDs in this front face, and then up here in the head of it, there was like another bank of about, I think it was like 8, which would have dubbed good for a light bar, but instead, I think I found something better. This guy here has got that new system of LEDs, if you guys can see in there. They're not really LEDs, they're more of like a little diode panel instead of an actual mini bulb type thing. And then I found these guys. I'm familiar with these. Good little throw on the bottom of your backpack emergency camp flashlight. They're not the brightest, but they work in a pinch. So I got 2 of these. And I was figuring, at first I was figuring maybe we could just strap these to the sides of, like use zip ties. And zip tie them to the sides of the cage on the deadbolt. And that would provide me some lighting. At least a little bit. And then I tested this. Let's go test this. Alright, this is just looking in on the crawling course room. My cat's in here somewhere. And this is the first little light. Okay, you can see it's very directional. Exactly where you want to point it. There's my cat, Chaz. Hey buddy. And it's a really flickery light. They come preloaded with batteries in them. So who knows what the battery state's really like. It's a space shuttle up there. So with what I had in mind, there's one. That's one. That's 2. So 2 is not so bad. Those 2 together might light the path of a truck fairly decently. See the rock crawler rocks. See the mess in here. Well, it's all things that are packed, waiting to go over to my mom's. But anyways, yeah. So that's those 2. Now for this light. Boom! Look at that. I'm going to be able to make a nice little mini light bar out of this. It throws off an incredible amount of light. Off, on, off, on. That's going to do quite nice. And with looking at the front of the deadbolt and the size of this panel, it's looking like I'm going to end up just fitting it right inside of there, but I'm going to leave this plastic cover with it too. And I'll show you guys. I'm not going to show you how I do it, but I'll show you the finished product. I think it's going to look alright, but I mean if it's a problem sitting in there, I do have the option of cutting down the mirror piece a bit and making it a traditional rectangular light bar and just mounting it right in here. Just flat. Well, we'll see what we end up with. Ta-da! Christmas card time! Look at that! Nice little break from work. Not that you guys see any of that work, but a nice little break from doing some work. Open the card one-handed. Season's greetings. The beautiful cardinal on the front. Don't know from where you guys might be watching this in the world, but we have cardinals here, and they are a red bird and very noticeable when all the leaves on the trees have fallen and you see a cardinal sitting on the tree. It looks like that one bright red leaf that refused to fall. Anyhow, season's greetings to Andrew. May the timeless beauty of nature fill your heart with joy. from Margaret and Fluffy. Fluffy's her cat. This is my neighbor Margaret. Thank you very much, Margaret. I'll put that right up here next to Betty's card. Ta-da! Okay, folks, many hours later, and this is what I've come up with. And for a closer look, right here, it's a battery box from the original flashlight piece. I just repurposed the whole thing. Got many AAAs to go, so I figured, why not, right? Instead of just pulling the LEDs out or the LED bar and using nothing else, repurpose as much as I could. Here's the switch. And yes, that's just Gorilla glued in there for now, or sorry, Gorilla tape. But it is a decent switch. I'll show you, we'll get to that in a minute. And I'm sure when I get the rear bumper mount, and I've been thinking, do I even want to put a rear bumper on this truck? Is that going to hang me up when I'm crawling? Do I need one? You know, it's not like I need it. That's for further video discussion. If you want, you know, leave a comment down below. Do you think a deadbolt should even have a rear bumper? Should a good crawler just negate the bumper and just go? Anyhow, that presented itself with a spot to mount it, so that's where I'm leaving it for now until I can think of a better way to do it. I kind of had to rig it with a body spacer, you know, those things you put on with your pins, and drilled it out a little bit so that the switch would fit through, and then I could make use of the rubber thing, use tire glue, and I meant to do a layer of liquid E-tape on it as well, but I was in a hurry. I want to get out and test this. So the wire, nice and neatly tucked in along the frame, just kind of zip tied along in with some nice green zip ties. I think that's going to be my main accent color with this truck, is green. And then we get to the light in the very front. I told you it's going to fill that whole space in here. And it's mounted just by Gorilla Tape for now, just for testing, until I can think up a bracket way. But this light, it may be all I need. Alright, let's actually, you know what, I'm not even going to kill the big light here, because you can tell it's not very lit down the workbench. Boom, look at that. That's a good chunk of light right there, and I've got it angled down, so it's going to light up more so in front of the truck. But that gives me a lot of light right out front. Plus, when I'm zipping around doing urban crawls, it's not shining up in anybody's windows either. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's lighting the ground immediately in front of the truck. The next best thing that I could do would be getting those lights that mount right on the axle. Those little fog light looking jobbies. That's down the road as well. But I think I didn't do too bad. I paid $2.50, I think, for that light. And then another couple bucks for the battery. And now it's all together and ready to go for a run outside. I wish I could film that for you out there, but it's dark out right now. But I'm going to figure out this whole nighttime filming thing for you guys one of these days. That night run, that urban crawl I was mentioning earlier, well, guess what? It happened. And holy cow, did it ever happen. Look at that. Even the runners are just caked in mud. Tires are only clean because I found a puddle on the way home. Look at that. Even the Stig's wearing some mud right on his face mask with the helmet. Not sure will you be able to tell. Maybe if I shut that light off. And yes, as you can see, that light worked out pretty darn good. Get in there for a nice close look. Look at all of that mud just caked on there. But this whole area stayed nice and clean in here. Oh, let me zoom that out a little bit. Sorry, guys. But this whole area right here, the whole light panel, managed to somehow stay clean. So, provided I can clean that up fairly well and it stays on there like it should, I'm pretty happy with that for a light bar I made with a $2.50 light from the dollar store. Creativity. And hey, if you can be creative and you can save yourself a few bucks, why not? You know, if there's a little bit of a ghetto element behind it, Really, who cares? Does it do the job? Are you happy with it? Good job. That's what I'm giving myself a good job thumbs up on that one. I like it. It worked out really good. Those other two lights, we end up strapping them to the hood of Daryl's Project Red. And it looked, as it's coming at you, it looked like rally lights coming straight at you. Another quick and easy lighting solution, temporary but quick and easy, done. Just told him leave them on there for now, just shut them off and we'll use them again next night run. Because it is really helpful. The lights on the front of your truck, if you know the angle they're at, you can kind of tell what it's doing. I found that once this was up on the hill, like our usual urban crawl that we do to Timmy's and back, there's these hills. I think I've shown you them with the summit before. We'll get to them with the deadbolt, but anyhow, I digress. Up on the hill, and it's coming down at you, all you can see is the light. You can't see the truck, you can't see your wheels, which is where the underglow does come in. But if you know where that light bar is pointing and how it's facing, you can tell when it's angling and shifting, and you know what the truck's doing. So, lights at night do help. Anyhow, thanks for watching today's vlog, today's daily random vlog. If you enjoyed it, click that like button. Please smash that like button. Share the video with your friends anywhere appropriate on the internets. All the shares are very helpful and very appreciated. And please feel free to comment down below. Hashtag random shoutout if you want that random shoutout. That's coming up soon. Whole shoutout video, nothing but shoutouts. Thanks again for watching. Think positive, stay positive, keep a smile on your face, and we'll see you in tomorrow's vlog. Good night. Vlog over.